Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the 7th graders bullying a bus monitor into crying. And I just saw the video yesterday. I feel really late. But this really got to me because I know what it feels like to be bullied and stuff, and I just thought that's the most horrible thing ever. And So these 7th graders in New York were on a bus. There are about four of them. Um, from the voices, you could tell a girl, a guy, and you could see two of the other boys. Um, because the camera was in the seat right next to the lady, and the two boys were on the other side, and you could see them leaning in. Um, but they were bullying a 68-year-old bus monitor. Um, and these are some of the things that they had said to her. I've got a whole list that I can read off of. They called her a fat A, and that was like the one of the main things that they kept on calling her. That was like their main drive. That was the same thing that they said every other sentence or every other word even. And they were just cussing up a storm too. They said they called her a rapist, saying that she was gonna go rape all the kids since she knows where everyone lives, and they the boys threatened to sexually assault her. In the beginning of the video, two of the boys were touching her, poking her, messing with her arms and her hair, um, and that's actually called assault. She could have called 911 on them then. Um, Threatened to stab her in the stomach with a knife. Um, they were calling her poor and everything, saying that she lived in a trailer and that they were gonna egg her trailer and making fun of her purse or something. All these stupid things. Asking her if she misses her Twinkies. Um, Making fun of her for sweating on a bus, um, saying that her family killed themselves because of her. Um, that was like some of the most mean points, but I'm like floored because um, these are 7th graders. Like, I can't even imagine a 7th grader having the guts to say these words to anybody, much less to an adult who has authority over them. But, like, I can't fathom, I could never imagine myself saying that to an adult or anybody. I don't understand how someone can have the audacity to do something like that. And she's sitting there crying. That just blows my mind how they have no mercy on this woman. Um some of the things that kind of also unnerved me was that nobody on that entire bus had the guts to stand up for her. No one stood up and told them that they needed to stop. I think anybody who watched that video, I think anybody else who's not on that bus would have stood up for her. Um, Maybe these kids that were picking on her were bullies themselves and people were scared to stand up to them. But seriously, that's just wrong. Um, and the monitor, I she didn't stand up for herself at all. The only time she talked back to them was when they were making fun of her purse and asking her where she got it. It was almost like she didn't understand their sarcasm when they were asking her where she got her purse. Um, and the bus driver should have pulled over or done something, or the bus monitor could have talked to the bus driver. But they had every right to pull that bus over and call 911 because those kids touched her and it's on videotape. Much less the videotape at the front of the bus should have caught all of it. by themselves, and that's how you saw everybody's face. Um, and this main girl who was doing most of the talking was a girl. Like, I know this kind of sounds a little sexist, but I would have never thought that those some of those words could have come out of a girl, like at all. Um, but the two boys were mean too, and they were all awful. Um, I really don't understand. Like, it really kind of uh eats at me, I guess, something like that. But then I watched some videos on what the bus driver or what the bus monitor had to say, and some of the kids' parents. The bus monitor thinks that they should get suspended off the bus for a year or something like that. And that they can't play sports for a year. Now, that is very lenient, I would say, because she could have pressed charges and made it a legal issue. She could have done that because these kids had no mercy on her when she was sitting on that bus. But it shows how much of a genuine person she is and a nice person that she showed mercy on them because um, she could have done so many things to make those kids sorry for what they did. But karma ate all of them, bit them in the butt, because those kids were getting death threats, getting called all the time over it. Um, the police had custody over one of the kids' phones, and the kid had gotten over 1,000 text messages and 1,000 phone calls threatening that kid for death threats and everything, and saying that people were gonna hurt them. Um, but this has gotten really bad out of all because some kids, some little punks, decided that they were going to be funny when they really weren't. Um, One of the fathers of one of the boys actually went up to Karen's house and apologized to her and gave her a hug and said that he was sorry. But the only thing with that is, why isn't the kid coming? Why is the father apologizing right now? Like, he should apologize for his son's horrible behavior. But why isn't the son coming out and apologizing for the horrible things he said? That's what I don't get. If I was that bus driver, I would be wanting apologies from every single one of those kids, and not necessarily their parents. The kid who took the video. The kid who took the video um, said that he didn't say anything to the bus driver, that he was just kind of a silent person taking it, and that it was peer pressure into having him take the video. Um, but he's gotten in some trouble too, and his mom was apologizing also. Um, and you actually got to see the kid on the news, talking and apologizing. But this just kind of like was something that puzzled me. I don't really understand why someone would do that or have the capability to do something like that. But it just kind of shows you we're what we're becoming and what we're evolving into. But I wouldn't make that a stereotype as everybody, because I guess it would be just those four kids on that bus. But I kind of blame everybody involved. Meaning, I blame the bus driver for not helping. I blame other kids on that bus for not helping. I even kind of blame the monitor for not standing up for herself. But there are passive people who don't like to stand up to people. So I guess that's whatever. But then you also have to blame the school district for not giving her the right tools to do her job and showing her what she should be doing in situations like that, um, there are so many people that could be blamed for it. The parents, everything. Because it's not just one thing, it's not only one person doing something wrong. There was a lot of things that could have been done different that could have squashed the situation completely. But sorry for going on for 10 minutes and 30 seconds. But I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.